Hey, Brian from Garage Hall. Today I have the Neo TourBox, and this thing is absolutely fantastic. I was going to do a complete unboxing, but I figure I'd just kind of give you an idea of what you get in the box, since I unboxed it already. And I have it all hooked up, so I wasn't going to go out of my way to disconnect it, but that's the start guide. This is the box. It's pretty basic. There's nothing really spectacular about the box other than that's the size of what you get. But this thing is absolutely fantastic. And just to kind of give you an idea, I am using Movie Maker, which is kind of like antiquated, but it works. I'm used to it. I can fly through it. I knew all the keyboard shortcuts, so I knew I would be easy. It would be easy to adapt to the TourBox. And just to kind of give you an idea, is I have some videos up here, and I set a lot of the buttons. Like this one, I use as kind of like a zoom, so it's going to basically zoom in on my timeline, so I can make that bigger or smaller. That was like, a great plus. And it's good to know that it had some presets, but I had nothing for Movie Maker, so I figured I'd have to go out of my way to put all the keyboard shortcuts on here. Super easy to program, and I can kind of tell you. Let me bring it up on a search. So this is going to be your TourBox console. And if you're wondering, I'm using a 42-inch OLED C2 by LG. It's the Evo. Absolutely fantastic. We're just going to hit cancel on that, get back to the computer, and bring up the TourBox. Okay, so this is basically your TourBox console, and on here it gets, it's pretty wild. When you have this up, like if you press this button, it's going to highlight that, and I have that set to character M. And what you are doing is to program whatever key or button you do, you basically double click on it. It's going to bring you in here, and it's going to ask you for the shortcut. So here on the left, you're going to see that I can enter the letter M, and that's going to be my shortcut for Movie Maker. And just to kind of give you an idea, so like even if you use the scroll, so it's going to go down here to the dial, and I have it set for number pad subtract, number pad add, and that's what's going to enable me to zoom in on whatever I'm doing. And again, a lot of you out there, if you're a content creator, you're probably not using something antiquated like Movie Maker, but I like to make something that's quick, easy. I get in and out. I haven't taken the time to work on any of the other softwares like Photoshop or anything else that's out there to really hone in my video editing skill, because this works. I'm getting stuff done every single day. However, you can program anything. Like if you hit this little button on the side, it brings it down. You go up, you go down. It highlights everything for you. It's so easy to program. And again, if you want to program this down button, you just click into it, and then you're basically, whatever goes in that box is going to basically correspond with whatever button that you have. So it is super easy to program. Even though I'm using an older program, I was able to get this up and running in probably about like a half hour, maybe an hour tops after I got used to it. I have it set for my left hand, so I sit this on my lap away from the monitor, and I can go through and I can do a variety of things. So I can expand my timeline, zoom in and out on it. If you look to the left, I have the main button here. This will scroll one frame at a time for me, so I can go forward and back on a timeline. And if you've ever done anything with a mouse, you know how difficult and awkward it is to get that precise frame by frame. This is really the main reason why I got it, because I can go frame by frame, and if I wanted to split it, I have a program right to that button, so it will split the frame for me. And again, if you're using some other video editing software, so you can program it to do whatever you're looking for. My space bar is what up here is what starts the timeline for me, and then I go through. This is like a drone video that I had done, so that starts and stops the timeline. I had this scroll wheel. I have it set to go 99 frames, so if I just do a quick scroll up, it's going to go back 99 frames for me. So if I wanted to do some like transitional things on here, I can zoom back and forth on that. These two buttons I basically use for my undo, backwards, redo forward button. So again, I know that's in a lot of other pretty relevant current video editing software. I can split the frame here. Let me go back a little bit. So I can split the frame, and then if I wanted to cut, I just go one frame forward, and then I cut that piece right out. I mean, it's great. Want to undo, do that. The time that this has saved me from just fumbling around with, I use a thumb mouse, which I think is a little more accurate than like your hand mouse on a mouse pad. It gets it done. However, with my left hand set up on this, I have a bunch of different keys that are readily available. I can go back to the frame, jump to the start of the next frame at a push of a button. I go forward if I wanted to cut that out. That will jump my frame back. Want to jump forward, that would jump me to the end of the frame. I mean, this has saved me minutes, if not hours, just by using it for a short time. I think I've probably done about a dozen videos on this, and I can easily say it's probably saved me at least an hour of editing time, just on the fact that I can use the mouse on my right hand, and then I can use the TourBox on my left hand, and do a lot of basic simple editing processes with this: cut, paste, move, jump back and forth, trim, you name it. And I don't know all the lingo, but it's, I mean, absolutely fantastic. I can't even say enough about this. But one word of caution: if you're going to use this for your left hand, which I think most people are going to do, or if you're left-handed, you're going to be using this with your right hand. This button on the side here, I don't have it programmed to anything. Quite frankly, I found it dangerous to add any feature to this button, just because the way that it sits on my lap, my pinky would drag on it. If I had it with my right hand, my thumb kind of naturally went to it, and I was constantly pressing it. So a variety of different editing features that I had on that, I just totally decided not to use at all. And that's just my opinion. I think I've probably used this for, I don't know, probably a week's worth of editing, probably 20 to 30 hours probably in total. But absolutely love this thing. I don't know why I waited so long to pick one up, but thank you for Amazon for having it, and you can get it shipped right to your door, in a day or two. It's great. Anyway, Brian from Garage Mahal, thanks for visiting my office, and be safe out there.